Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen from TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Hey man, we're back to my favorite subject, coffee. Anyway, we talked to Matías before. He's the coffee guy. And if you want to see that video, a lot of information and knowledge in it, go here. Click on and you can see a whole bunch of information about the coffee here in Costa Rica, his farm, and that kind of thing. But this video, I just wanted to talk about one thing about coffee, and that's what they call fair trade coffee. And I wanted Matías to educate us about what fair trade coffee really means.
Okay.
So
okay.
Take it away.
Well, all right. Well, first of all, fair trade is a movement to create better conditions for workers and farmers based on better compensation, okay, of the final product. So that's why if it is traded fairly, then there's a trickle-down effect that reaches all the way to the workers of the farm in Costa Rica or Honduras or Mexico, right? It was needed. Why? Because when you have coffee, when you have a coffee plantation, the coffee beans are going to ripen in 3 stages. Once the condition of those stages are met, you can't stop it. If you leave it on the tree, you lose the coffee bean. So it was common practice by, awful people to actually greet the farmers with the news that, well, you know what? I can't receive that coffee. I got too much. What do you mean? You always take it from me. Yeah, but not today. Well, you know what? Let me see. Oh, wait. I have a buck a pound here. Is that okay? Wait a second, you always pay me $2 a pound. You know that I can make ends meet with what? Well, that's all I have. It's gonna rot in your truck or you're gonna sell it to me for $1. So that's essentially what fair trade took care of, that abuse on the part of the buyers. The problem is that fair trade has lost a little bit of power, okay, because there has been a lot of abuse. And the fair trade certification, you need to be certified
To call yourself fair trade coffee.
To get your fair trade coffee. The fair trade certification doesn't include the policing of the actions of the farmers. For instance, a co-op is automatically classified as fair trade because of their business model. It's very easy for them to be certified fair trade, but nobody makes sure that the members of the co-op adhere to the principles of fair trade. Okay? In fair trade, nobody's going to come in and knock on your door and say, wait a second, let me see, we're going to do a little investigation here. Here, worker number 1, come over here, tell me, how much is he paying you? Does he pay Social Security for you? Does he have good working conditions? Nobody does that. So you can be fair trade certified and get away with murder. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that do it from the bottom of their heart, but then there's a lot of people who are not that nice and that use those certifications.
Advertising, the fact that
yes, actually, they use them as value added to their product. And the problem is that there's people who only buy fair trade. I have people that come in my store and says, excuse me, is this coffee fair trade? I don't see the certification. So, well, this is the ultimate fair trade. You're talking to the farmer, right? But that actually is something that has become fashionable now as a better response to market conditions, and it is called direct trade.
I just wonder if they even really realize what fair trade means.
Yeah.
Because, I didn't really know. I thought fair trade I thought it just related to workers. The migrant workers coming in, they weren't treated like
the
shit.
price, yes.
And so to make sure that wasn't happening, that was kind of fair trade. I didn't know it stemmed from maybe from up here, everything between.
Sure. Yeah, because if you're fair trade, you get better prices for your coffee. And again, the theory is that it's going to trickle down. But the problem is that there's a lot of intermediaries. There's a lot of steps in the route of coffee. So it's very, very hard to make sure that they adhere to the principles. So direct trade is becoming fashionable. Why? Because
Well, explain direct trade.
It is very easy.
What it says.
A coffee company in the United States or a coffee shop or a coffee roaster gets on a plane, comes to Costa Rica, meets me in my farm, negotiates the coffee, shakes hands, and I send it to him. He pays me direct. There's no intermediaries. There's nobody making a cut or a commission or anything. So technically, I am being able to charge him better price for my coffee, but at the same time, he's getting a better price too, because he's eliminating the middleman. Okay, so direct trade, or as some coffee companies call it, buying at origin. You know, now obviously that concept is being corrupted too. No, you know,
there's a loophole in everything.
No, of course. The day, I don't know, about 6 months ago, I decided to target companies that were doing direct trade. So I put together a list of companies that I got them out of Facebook, and I started to call them. And what I found was very interesting. Of 10 calls that I made, only 3 really bought the coffee directly from farmers. Most of the other companies were buying from intermediaries who told them
saying they were direct.
No. It was funny because they said, oh, okay, this coffee comes from Matías's estate in the Dota Terrasu region, you know, and it's down to earth coffee. So they see me, they see my picture, they know that the coffee comes from my farm, but they have never set foot here. Okay, so can that be called direct trade? If you compare it to the original concept, it isn't. The idea is that the buyer is going to come and make sure that the conditions are met in origin at the farm. That is the essence of direct trade. So obviously there's a lot of gray areas.
Were people doing direct trade because they were getting tired of all the...
Of course, I think I even mentioned this in the first time we spoke. Coffee is like a drug. Each hand that touches it cuts it down. So obviously it is an advantage for coffee shops and everybody and roasters in the States or Canada to come and buy directly from the farmer, because nobody takes advantage of the supply chain and starts to, you know, fill up the coffee with junk to make more money.
And so they just have to hope that you're being fair, really. So direct trade, you get a better price, they get a better price, and everybody's hoping that you're still good with your people you work with.
Of course, but you know, but that's easy because you can see it. Obviously, if anybody comes to my farm and they ask my workers in front of me if I am a good guy, come on, okay? They are going to say yes.
Maybe you're like,
but you can sense.
You're like Don Matías, man.
Yeah. No, but you know what though? But people can sense. They can see the way workers behave, and you know, in the presence of the owner of the farm and everything. I think you can perceive if those people are being treated fairly or not. Yeah.
Sure. So is fair trade? Is it going out? Is it getting out of fashion?
I think fair trade needs to be revamped. Okay, it needs to be updated and to meet the unfortunate challenges that have developed. Okay, because
so it's kind of like Obamacare in the beginning. It's a good.
They're taking
need some changes.
Yeah, they are taking advantage. They're taking advantage of the concept. So it needs to work better, okay? And you need to see a list of people who have been kicked out of the fair trade program because they broke this and this and this and this rule. Legend says that once you go into the fair trade and get certified, you'll never leave. Right. Nobody's going to kick you out.
So I'm assuming you probably had issues trying to make fair trade, right? People coming to you, they want money. Is it that bad?
Oh yeah. But you know, yeah. But the thing is that actually, if people go into my website, the homepage, what they're going to read is the 4 golden rules of down to earth. Okay? Why? Because I had to come up with my own set of guarantees, because fair trade was good for something, was good for another, but nobody ever guaranteed the quality of the coffee. So I came up with a mixture. My 4 golden rules include humane treatment of workers, maximum economical impact for the region and whoever supplies me, but at the same time, always 100% pure terroir and the best quality. So I actually had to come up with my own set of guarantees, yeah. And it works, it works. People are very happy, coffee tastes good, and they know I'm good to the people that work for me, so.
Well, that's interesting. So, man, well, maybe we need to do another video after they fix this fair trade thing.
Hopefully they will.
But anyway, I guess, okay, let's to finish up, what's the bottom line on fair trade for people that don't really know a lot about coffee, concerned about fair trade?
Okay, let's give fair trade the benefit of the doubt. Look for the fair trade certification or involvement on the part of the farm, because it gives you the guarantee that the producer was paid a better minimum price, and that he is assuming a commitment to improve the lives of his workers by transferring some of that economic benefit to them. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say the fair trade works better, but we know what the weaknesses are, and but essentially when it came up, it started in England actually. When it came up, fair trade saved a lot of people from injustice.
Right.
So, yeah, of course.
Anyway, guys, hope you learned a little bit about fair trade. If you're interested in Matías's coffee, which is my favorite, did I tell you that? Not getting anything for saying that.
And you should tell them how you came to me as a dark roast lover.
That's true.
And then you tasted the light.
And I became a, yes.
That's it.
It's true. So anyway, if you guys want to check out his coffee, he does ship it all around. Go here, check out his website. If you're in La Fortuna, going up the Waterfall Road, stop by, say hi. He's got a tour here as well. Anyway, Matías, thank you very much for all the knowledge and information. I'm Michael Allen, TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps.
It's my favorite coffee, too. I send it to my parents every Christmas and when I go home. It is.
You just got to be in all the videos, don't you?
8 pounds. All right. So now you want a coffee or not?